So many things to talk about.
Yeah. It's
It's been a while.
That's been a while. Where do we start?
Let's start with the awards last night,
Oh, that was so much fun.
the KW Awards.
Yeah.
It's
Different vibe.
different vibe, but it was cool. Is where it was. I think it was nice to like be out in the community and supporting other businesses.
Yeah.
It was at the set. What is it? Marcos on
Local market.
Seventy or something on King.
What's it called?
Butchered the name. Market 70 King. Market
It's in-
70 King.
Yeah,
But we did awards at our office prior to
yeah.
that,
We did.
which we always do, which is
Like
fun.
the best part.
I know.
Well, it's not the best part, but it's
It's
yeah,
okay.
It's
They won't see that part. Don't worry.
Oh.
You won top producer of the team yet again. Do you ever get sick of that?
No, never.
How's it feel to win that?
Feels really good. I feel like I don't know how to say like
Say it.
I don't know.
Share.
It just yeah, it feels good. Like I feel like I work hard, so it's nice to be like, recognized and just yeah, I don't know.
Sick.
But I'm not sick of it, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, good for you. That's amazing. And then, yeah, the awards yesterday were, I don't know, it's good to chit chat with a bunch of other agents. It's a cool venue.
It is interesting.
Yeah. I like the little bar area.
Yeah, that was cool.
Really nice. It almost felt like a Toronto vibe.
Yeah, it's kind of
But unfortunately, then you look out the window and
someone's getting arrested on the street.
yeah. Downtown Oshawa, I think the people that came from Toronto were a little taken back.
You were,
Hey?
but yeah.
But I think Jamie Lee did an awesome job. And I think I like Peter Kratz, I think his name is.
Yeah.
That was a guest there. He was super inspirational and just really well spoken.
Yeah, it was
Spotlight on some of the agents was cool.
that was nice. I think that was probably like my favorite part about that, and even just like hearing like some people's like stories
Yeah.
and stuff. So I was talking to Suzanne Mills actually about like hers, right? And obviously I didn't know that story like about her, but thinking about that, and I said this to her because she still runs into that lady all the time, right? So I can imagine like how heartwarming that is to just like have that connection with somebody and just know that like you made a huge difference like in their life and like
So cool.
totally changed their life.
I think we win awards every year, and it's nice to like hear stories of like the reason behind them
Yeah.
and who these people are, right? Which is really, really cool. Everyone's got a cool story.
Yeah.
The last White Lotus episode, I feel like we haven't talked about it since the first episode. I mean, it taught me a few things. It taught me not to party with my brother ever.
Yeah. Don't get addicted to lorazepam.
Yeah, true. I mean, I still want to go to Thailand. That's still up.
That's still up there for sure. The vibe is sick.
Do you know, or do you have? There's only 2 episodes left.
Yeah.
First, has the intro song grown on you at all?
Yeah, it
I
has.
like it.
And I still feel like at some times
Oh, yeah, they throw in.
they throw in the original song and you're like, there it is.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Any idea now, like with 2 episodes to go, who you think like is like the shooter?
I don't know, but I was saying this the other day. The manager, I think his name's like Fabian or something. He's giving me a weird vibe.
He's a bit of a weirdo.
So I don't know.
I almost feel like he has some jealousy towards like the owner
Yeah.
because she gets the spotlight.
And he wants to sing now, and
Yeah.
like she always does the singing, right? So I'm like, I feel like I might snap.
Yeah, I know Becky thought or thinks it is what's his name? The older brother,
Okay, Saxon.
Saxon.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I don't think this guy can live with the fact that his brother just gave him a hand job and he's gonna snap. Sorry, you edit that part out or don't. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. She's like, I think he might just literally snap. I was like, I don't think he's a shooter or a killer, right? It's gotta be someone that's just.
Well, and who would he shoot? If
Oh,
anything,
that's
it'd be
right.
like he's not gonna shoot his brother.
The 3 women though, man, there's like obviously some static there, like the 3 friends.
Yeah.
Did any Easter eggs to talk about? I mean, the one you sent me that I did not even catch, how the brothers had their own
Their shorts.
shorts switched in the morning.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Like that was the only like Easter egg. And I didn't even pick up on that. That was like brought to my attention.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. Yeah.
Instagram's good for that.
Yeah.
But let's talk about even the episode before that. It was Sam Rockwell's like dialogue.
Was like outrageous. I don't think I've ever something like that before.
I think that was one of the best TV moments for me was that story. It was
Yeah.
just insane how he delivered it.
And their response too from like maybe not in real life, but the character's name. Rick.
Rick.
Right? Yeah.
God,
like
God is his real name. Yeah, Rick was just like, I know I told you this, and maybe this is a weird thing for me to say, but like, I want to be at a table where somebody just blows my mind with a story like that. I just want to see how I respond. And just to know that someone else's life is just that insane
Crazy.
would make me feel extremely normal.
So if anyone has a story they want to share.
Yeah. DM us and we'll sit down with you. Before we get into Salt Lake City, anything else to chat about? How do you feel the market's going right now for you?
It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I mean, I've had a great start to the year, which is amazing, and I feel like I'm going to have a good year
Yeah.
regardless.
Yeah.
But like, it'd be really nice if we could just have like one fucking normal year in real estate.
I
I
know.
feel like we have like this spark of like positivity and
Yeah.
that things are changing and bad stuff's behind us, and then something just rattles it up again,
Yeah.
right? You're like, oh my god.
So much
So
political bullshit happening right now that I feel like it's dictating people's energy
yeah,
and like mood to be motivated to
for
purchase.
sure.
Because we do see like that spike
Yeah,
and we're like, wow. And then it's like, and then a week happens like this past week where it's like, showings are way down,
I know.
right?
Yeah.
And offers coming in are like, what?
I know. Like 2 weeks ago, I felt it was, like, so busy and, like,
Yeah.
everyone was active and, like, now it's slow again, and
Yeah.
honestly, though, I feel like I hate to say it, but, like, I feel like the weather does play a huge
Yeah.
part in it, like, we've had the longest winter, everything is just so drab and, like, dark and, like, cold and rainy, and, like,
Yeah.
I don't wanna do anything
I
either.
know. I think though, it's like all mindset too.
Yeah.
And it's like that's why we will still have an amazing year. Our clients will still do well because
Yeah.
we are not those type of people that just sort of like, oh, it's bad outside and it's
Yeah.
it's slower. Let's just chill out.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
like everyone still shows up. Every day the team chat is going bananas
Yeah.
with like new buyer appointments.
Yeah, at least
Just
in
kind of do the listing.
all the things, yeah.
Yeah. Two the lean right now is sort of taking over the
This month has
team
been
chat.
crazy for him, which
Yeah.
is amazing. I love to see that, to just, like, see the agents
Yeah.
succeed.
I mean, it motivates me. Does it motivate you to just keep winning? Have
Yeah.
you see some
For
agents
sure. It's like a healthy
killing it?
competition,
Yeah.
like, for sure. Yeah.
It's like, oh, you motherfucker just got another new client.
Yeah.
Give me an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yes, and then also sometimes, like, especially, like, in Alim's case, like, I feel like he's been working his butt off, like, ever since that he started, so seeing him do that, I'm, like, also just, like, just let the man shine for,
Yeah.
like, a hot minute,
Yeah.
right?
Let them.
Let them.
Let them.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, totally have a spotlight right now.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Okay, we were in Salt Lake City a
Yes.
week ago.
Yeah.
I feel like it took 24 hours to get there, which is nuts because it's only 4.5 hours away. With a
Oh, it's the
stopover, longest flight ever.
day of my life.
Turbulence for a good 2 hours too at the beginning.
Straight. Both flights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No drink car coming by, nothing.
Nope.
We were freaking out.
Could be.
Yeah. Yeah. In my career, I've been to a ton of conferences, good and bad. This was right up there with one of the best.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost want to say it was the best, at
Yeah.
maybe even for where I am at my life right now.
Yeah.
And I think that's because it was so much of it was on mindset,
Yeah.
right? And not so much just real estate. We know how to sell. We have a really good system, but it was just like so much of it was on mindset.
Yeah. Obviously, they did chat about real estate, and I would say, like, any speaker that was up there, you still had, like, a real estate, like, takeaway. But for me, I think, like, the entire conference was just about healing yourself and, like, being a better person.
Yeah.
And, yeah, and just sort of, like, connecting, you know what I mean, with, like, your mind and your heart and all the things, and, like, and if you fix that and correct that, like, business growth and success, like,
Just happens.
just happens naturally.
Yeah.
Right? When you tune into that. So
Yeah.
it was really cool. It's just like a different approach, right?
Ben Kinney was amazing on the VIP day, like his talk, and so humble for the
Yeah.
success that guy has. But I like loved so much that his talk was on like just literally finding happiness.
Yes.
Yeah, you went through a Harvard study that is like the longest ongoing study right now on just how I think it's like a 75-year study right now. And they're like linking happiness is to so many things that I think society teaches us to just not do.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
And I thought that was just so cool for a guy like that to get up there
Mhm.
and just share that. What was some of the other things? What was some of the big takeaways that you found? Am I interviewing you again?
Yeah, you are.
It's just a natural.
I would say, like, yes, like his talk was amazing, like on the happiness, like parts. Like, I wish I had like my notes or something to go
You
through.
want to know poker?
I do want to
Grab your note.
Yeah, I do.
I loved when they went through like the top speakers and they all sat down after the VIP day and it was just like, what is like your morning like mantra? Like
Yes.
what do you say to yourself to get you fired up? Because I feel like as entrepreneurs, man, like we need that so much.
For sure.
And I loved the one that was just like, it takes what it takes.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Takes what it takes to win the day.
I loved the, like, the full like, making, like, a full decision.
But
Like,
that's
that was, like, really good.
well,
Yeah.
yeah, because like so many of us, and I feel like since we've been back, like that has been like I've been determined to make full decisions now instead
Yeah.
of just like, okay, yeah, let's park that, or I'll try that,
Exactly.
or even that limiting belief comes in, like, I don't know, like I have this idea, but I don't know about it, or maybe I'll do it half-ass. It's like make a full decision and like
Yeah,
be all in.
for sure. Yeah.
And I feel like that's what we're doing with the new coaching program we've signed up for now. Looking at
Mhm.
our mastermind is just like getting it was proof, man. That conference was proof for what spring has done. It's all about getting around other huge, big thinkers.
Yeah.
Huge
Yeah.
big thinkers? Huge whatever. You get it.
I get it.
And it is, man. It's like she said it best. It's like she has not created that herself.
Mhm.
And I feel like we're on that same trajectory with who we have here as a team, who we have as mentors, our coaching now. That's just what I'm up to now. Is I just want to get around like just people doing unbelievable things.
Yeah.
Right.
Same. I think it just, like, motivates you and, like, inspires you to, like, just do better and be better, right?
Yeah.
'Cause it's even like what Justin said when we were having, like, that discovery call, right? Like, there's other people around you that you see, like, doing big things, right? And you often think, like, and it's not like you're knocking them down, how are they so successful, right? Like if they can do it, like I can do it,
Yeah.
right? Like there's nothing like super special about them.
No.
And sometimes you may even think, well, I do have a better online presence, or I do this better. Like, how am I not at that level, right?
Yeah.
So it was just like a nice reminder that
You just gotta jump
yeah,
and go for it, right? And I think that's the difference between some of these people doing high level shit. It's just like, yeah, I'll keep bringing spring up, but like she just says yes and then figures it out.
yeah, for sure.
I feel like I did so much of that when I was younger. And for whatever reason, I feel like I've just been idling for so long because I think when you reach a lot of success, you think this is it. This
Mhm.
is like sort of like my ceiling.
Yeah,
But now, like coming back from that and listening to these people doing, even more inspiring things, I'm like, man, I was just like living under what society teaches you around here. And like that,
yeah.
that is really good and successful, but that is it.
Mhm.
Where now it's like, that's not even close. I am only operating at like 30% of my potential.
I don't think 30%.
Okay. Maybe I was a little low there.
You were.
50. So I got another 50 in the tank. Watch out, Jack. I just feel like, man, like that is my scene right now with like the breath work. Just like
Yeah.
it was just so like different than just like the rah, 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 sell, sell, sell.
Yeah, for
It was
sure.
just like you said, man, take care of yourself. The rest falls into place.
Mhm.
Right? That the self-care piece is so huge. And I think also flipping it like they do is like, man, when you have that many systems in place, an established team, an unbelievable brand, it can't be so much about you need other people. It needs
Yes.
to be about like people need that in their life right now.
Yeah.
Like people need to be invited into a world like that where they're at home, especially in real estate, super lonely business on your own.
Mhm.
So many people need that culture,
Yeah,
that mentorship. It's like Aleem said the other day, dude, this team pushes me so much harder than if I was just on my own.
for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
And whether or not I feel like I am inspirational or not, he said it. We were on a coffee yesterday. He's like, dude, your Monday morning talk, I know you weren't here for it, inspired the shit out of me to just like be like, boom, because it's all about limiting beliefs.
Yeah,
But that's what happens when you're around other people,
for sure.
whether it's me, you, whoever. It's like,
Mm.
it's huge. So I love how they flip that about just like these people need teams, businesses to be a part of. It's hard. You have to be there at the conference.
I know, and that's another thing I
I'm
was
trying
gonna
to
say
relay
too.
is I'm like, it was the best ever, but I'm like,
So hard, and even at the award ceremony, like, people were asking me, like, "How was Utah?" And, like, it's so hard to explain and share with people
yeah,
the extent of how, like, powerful it was, right? And
yeah,
I can't even put it into words, and it truly and honestly is one of those things, like, I can't even tell you, like, you have to experience it for yourself to understand, like, what I'm talking about.
yeah. Let's talk about you for a second because I know
Oh,
you love
God.
this. I feel like this was the first time I've witnessed you like letting your guard down.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, because I feel like and you're sort of like me in a way where I get into a big crowd like that and a conference that can be a little like hug your neighbor
Yeah,
or introduce yourself to someone you don't know. It can be very like,
yeah,
oh, I don't like this part.
I know.
But like I feel like you were just all in on like everything there.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's because at the beginning, Justin was like, you guys need to think big in the next 2 days or 2.5 days and then go all in. Do you agree? I think once we just were like, yeah, it's like
For sure.
you can't play small.
Yeah, it's funny because even though that event was 2.5 days, I think that VIP mastermind session that we're at where Justin was chatting and I think yeah, Ben was there, John Sheplap was there, whatever they were saying that day, if I had a left that day
Yeah.
and didn't experience the rest of the 2 days of that conference, like, that would have been enough for me to,
Yeah.
like, completely, like, change my life or my business.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I won't say, like, I drank the Kool-Aid, but, like, I certainly was,
Yeah.
like, all in,
Yeah.
and, yeah, whatever messages they were sharing on that.
Get your hands
I had
up
my
for
hands
victory or
up,
victor,
yeah.
whatever that. Yeah, victory.
I was doing the chants.
Yeah.
It's crazy, who am I? Yeah, it's a good day.
Go Bobby.
Yeah.
John Cheplack is a force on the stage.
Oh, for sure.
I messaged him on back. I'm like, dude, you are like unstoppable up there.
Yeah,
Like just full of piss and vinegar,
yeah.
right? And just driving home the message.
That's what you fucking need though, and that's
Yeah.
what so many people need, and they
Yeah.
need to hear it and see it
100%.
if they wanna make, changes, right? Like,
Yeah.
there has to be a certain level of, like, being honest with yourself
Yeah.
and being self-aware enough to know that, like, you need a change or, like, you need this push
Yeah.
because not everybody can just go there and, like, it's not just gonna change them, we have to want it to, right?
Yes. And one of the things he said, because he's like, I get myself around some huge people. He goes, I pay to play in that circle.
Yeah.
And he's like, the biggest difference he sees is they do not allow themselves to become distracted.
Yeah.
And he's like, so many of us are distracted throughout our day. It's like an addictive thing, right? It was like, time to check the phone.
Yeah.
And just like all these squirrely moments where he's like, he even said, he goes, my office is fucking blocked out at home, which is crazy.
That actually is crazy.
That's like, I think
I don't know
that,
if
I
I
think
did that.
Jesus and psychopaths probably have
Yeah.
those. But no, I think that's also, he's like, because I do not allow myself to get distracted.
Yeah.
Phone's not there, laptop blocked out, because then he can just focus.
Yeah.
Right? Even if it's for something where it's like, I need 30 minutes to focus on this next project. When we look at our day and we're time blocked, like our calendar this week is actually nuts,
Yeah.
which I love seeing that. But it's like, how many times do we get distracted and have to do little things that take us away from maybe whatever's next on the
Yeah, for sure.
calendar, right?
So many things though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's training your mind. It takes work
Yeah.
to get there, right? And I think you've got to figure out what are your biggest distractions and then work on like minimizing those the best you can.
Yeah.
Like if it's like you're prospecting and you hear an agent walking up here or men to try and grab your time, it's almost got to just be like there's a note on your door that says like prospecting in session,
Yeah.
30 minutes or whatever. So just people get it because it's so easy to be like in a conversation with another agent or helping somebody out. And all of a sudden it's like, fuck man, there goes 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And now my next appointment's coming up.
Mhm.
And I didn't do that. It's a learning process.
It is.
My energy's a little low today. I'm just going to be completely,
That's okay.
yeah. And I think awards last night,
Yeah.
a lot of small chatter, which is great,
Yeah.
but it hurts my brain
Yeah.
the next day. I'll tell you what else also hurts the brain. 3 glasses of Pinot and I shot at tequila.
Oh, yeah.
Comes to
I
thanks to
forgot
Aleem.
about that.
Yeah, it was early.
Big wine.
It was early on in the night. We were celebrating Aleem's deal.
Oh, that's right.
But then last night, when we were about to leave,
They were just
Aleem's like,
friggin'
tequila? I'm like, no.
yeah, he's crazy.
I was like, Jane will do that with you.
Good sport.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not well today.
No. I mean, he just picked up a new client, but I'd like to see where he's at right now.
Yeah.
So what's next for us then? So we got another mastermind in Salt Lake City
We do.
in May.
We do.
And that's cool because we'll actually get to be in an office of an
Yeah.
insanely high producing team.
Yeah, very
And we're
excited
going
for
to
that.
see their operations and how that runs and the leadership.
Not excited for the flight, but
No, we'll figure that out.
Yeah.
Talking today with Ashley with that. I think we're on direct this time.
okay.
WestJet is fly direct, thank God.
Cancun.
Into the Inner Circle
Yeah,
coaching program in Cancun,
that's insane.
which will be awesome.
yeah.
It's just a wicked environment.
Yeah.
And I did see on their Instagram that between classes, they ran a pickleball tournament.
Oh my god.
And my competitive side,
It's gonna come out.
well, I already wrote them saying I'm going to fucking win.
Oh, I've never done pickleball, not once. I think I need to do that.
Yeah, you might want to practice.
You know what?
Or you could sit at the beach.
I feel like I might have to. I honestly feel like my, like, hand-eye coordination with, like, a racket is not great.
Jackie, you play pickleball?
I have a few times, yeah.
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 There you go, man.
Sure. I feel like I
Super.
still, like, if I, like, do it, like, I'm
Yeah, man,
pretty
it's
good. I can get pretty good at anything, like,
Oh my
pretty
God.
quickly.
Oh my good God. Eagle.
No, I don't know, but I am somewhat of a natural athlete. I
Just went from hand-eye coordination not good to be like, I'm gonna fucking win the tournament. Pickleball's so easy to pick up, man. But I did hear Spring's husband won it last year, so I literally said,
Oh, fuck.
I'm coming for Brian.
Okay.
And I will fucking Nancy Kerrigan his knee right before we step on the court. That's the level I play at. Wow. I feel like there was a laugh that had like 3 days that need to come out. And it just opened up.
I'm dying right now.
Anyways, yeah, so hopefully he brings a knee brace. So yeah, so that and then Scottsdale, which we will be in. Oh, I want to talk about that, dude. It's like 185 days from now that we're going to Mount Kilimanjaro
That's
in
insane.
Africa.
I need a sleeping bag, dude, and I need so much stuff.
I need a ton of stuff.
I feel like once like a flight is booked, it's
the tour-
paid for.
Tour company's
Wait.
booked. The tour company's booked.
No, that is. We've done the deposit, but I feel like once it's like fully paid for, flights are booked, we have like a set date that like we're leaving. That's when I'll feel like, okay, it's getting real. I should like go in and buy my shit.
I shower 3 times a day on a normal day. So being in my own filth, that sounded gross, but it's absolutely true. For 8 days climbing. That's going to be my biggest mental challenge. It won't be the actual climb. I already know that. It is literally going to be, you're fucking dirty.
Yeah.
And you need to watch.
I see. For me, I love water, but it's more so, and I mean, everybody knows this. Like, I have a bath like every single night. Like, I crave just being submerged, like in hot water. Or me, I am. That will be my hardest struggle. Is just like, is that like not being in
Submersion water.
submerged in water?
Yeah.
I feel like I could definitely like clean myself and just get away with like baby wiping my body parts and stuff. I'll be okay with that, but it's the water. So
Yeah. I mean, seeing footage and like just the little pan of water. So I mean, a bucket they're getting at the end of the day.
no,
Like a pan of water that is like not even covering your whole foot. I'm like, what am I doing with that? Dunk my bits in that.
no, you can't. No bits are getting dumped.
So that'll be a challenge.
Yeah,
But I'm pumped, man.
me too.
Becky showed me was it Becky or was it she just had so on a podcast was just talking about it, and Aline, he said a friend sent him a picture at the top.
Oh,
He's like, I didn't know he was climbing it.
oh, cool.
I'm like, that's gonna be such a cool feeling.
Oh,
Like to be on the highest point of Africa.
dude, I know it's
Yeah.
gonna be insane. One thing that I heard, which was amazing, I forgot who it was, a podcast, but it was about a lady who climbed it, and she's actually like a mountaineer. It's not just Kilimanjaro. She's climbed a few mountains.
Yeah.
And the one thing that they say, obviously, these people who do mountaineer, they obviously have a ton of respect for like the mountain itself, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like a very spiritual thing. And a lot of people who are inexperienced or aren't, avid climbers say, when they get to the top, like they've, conquered the mountain,
Yeah.
or, whatever that term is. But for them, it's that I've surrendered land
Oh,
myself
cool.
to the mountain. And that's how I got there.
That's cool.
Right. Which was really cool. So I think about that a lot.
You know what I think about?
What?
The picture on Instagram from that girl that just climbed it
Yeah.
that I follow of
With
the
the shit.
the toilet situation.
That was disgusting.
That
Whoever did that was a fucking animal.
it was some kind of a horror movie.
It was gross.
Should I sort of like describe what I saw?
Yeah.
Have to now, yeah.
I have to, right?
You can.
So she said the bathroom situation, I guess there's some bathroom stalls
Yeah.
throughout the mountain.
Mhm.
She took a picture of one of them. And in no way could I even go in that room.
No.
It was wall to wall splattered in shit. Which I don't know who shits like that.
This is when I was an animal, a monster. And what gets me, and I've said this before, you could have an accident, right? Where
Yeah.
you just don't make it
Yeah.
and it exploded.
Yeah.
But don't tell me
No,
that you didn't know that you did that
I know.
and
Clean it up a bit so the
clean it
next
up a
person.
bit. Wipe the wall down.
Yeah. It reminded me of the scene off of Hall Pass when the girl's feeling a little woozy and she sits on the
Oh.
edge of the bathtub.
Oh gosh, I don't think I've seen this.
Oh, and she's like, "Oh, my stomach hurts," and he's like, he just picked her up from the bar, and then she sneezes
Oh,
and sprays
yeah.
shit against the shower wall.
Okay, yeah.
It
What happened?
it literally that picture reminded me of that. I'm like, so I mean, amazing. Her tour company started setting up like pop up toilets
Yeah.
throughout the mail.
And I
So
hope we get that.
yeah, we need to check in on that
Mm.
because it's if not that's then I'm behind a rock and a hard place. Hell, I'm going behind a rock.
Yeah.
Just go constipated for 8 days. Yeah, not a bad idea, but I feel like that'd be very uncomfortable.
It would be. I was 2.5 days in Salt Lake City. And
Right.
that was
Yeah,
Some
you and Carly were not in a good place with that. Hopefully Carly's okay with me dropping her name there. I mean, whatever. We can edit that out. Or not. Leave it in. Shout out to Carly. Anything else to share with or any other value takeaways or anything that's just sort of helped you since you come back to this conference
all
in
I
your day to day?
one takeaway is just the way like you speak to yourself, right?
Oh yeah.
Anything that like you say about yourself, if it's starting with I am, you're almost like creating this identity for yourself, right?
Yeah.
It's so easy to like make a mistake and you're like, I'm an idiot or I'm so dumb. Like I just am more mindful of like just the way that I speak to myself
Yeah.
and like the words that I say.
Yeah. I know my son Colin he said something on his iPad the other day. He's like, I'm so stupid. And it broke my heart.
Yeah.
I went over to him, I put the iPad down, and I was like, do not ever speak to yourself like that.
Yeah.
And I think he was just like I was just saying it.
Yeah.
But I was like, that is just you are so far from that. I do believe things we tell ourselves,
Yeah.
right? Our subconscious mind, man, like it can almost become reality. So it's like it's so important when you get up in the morning, start your day, or even throughout the day, right? Like just like say how amazing you are.
Yeah. And what does winning look like for me today? I loved that. That was another thing, like
Yeah.
just to wake up and ask yourself that. And it doesn't have to be something crazy moving,
No.
right? Like, oh, what does winning look like for me today? Oh, I'm going to do fucking a deal or I'm going to sell this house. Like that might be a little extreme, but sometimes it can be as simple as getting to bed by 9:30 is winning for me today, right? Like, having a bath, right? It can be very like little things, but I think you should ask yourself that too, right? It almost like gives your day purpose of some kind. It's like you're working towards something.
Yeah. Like winning sometimes can just be you showed up when you did not feel
Yeah,
best self.
exactly.
And like, I mean, you were still there. You still did your thing. Yeah, like you said, it doesn't need to be this huge thing. I made X amount today. Or I booked a listing appointment.
Yeah.
Or just the smallest things are huge wins that give that path to success. I also love that because the term burnout is being thrown around so much right now. And I've had severe burnout before where it like fucked me. Not just like I needed a nap and a rest. Like, it was like mental burnout, physical burnout, everything. And I love what Ben Kinney said about burnout because he's like, burnout doesn't necessarily come from like exhaustion. Like you're like exhausted from what you're doing. It's that you're not winning
Anymore.
anymore.
Right.
And it could be like you're still successful. Sort of what happened to me is I was just like, team was super successful, like especially the year that it happened to me. It was our best year ever for like helping clients, GCI. But it was so complacent of like, is this it? There was almost no joy in it.
Yeah.
And he's like, burnout comes from literally things like that. Cause he gave an example. He's like, think about the day you worked a 16-hour day. Maybe you sold a couple houses,
Yeah.
booked some clients. You're flying with excitement. He's like, you're not burnt out. You're not tired.
Yeah.
So he's like, you get tired from boredom and just not winning.
Yeah.
So I thought that was I've never heard someone spin it like that. And I was like, man, you are so right.
Yeah.
So he's like, get up there and win. And it changes the way you feel.
Yeah.
Right? It changes your mindset. Like it's positive.
I was gonna say, like, that's also happened to me before, right? Where last year, like in November, I did like 8 deals,
Yeah.
like in 1 month, right?
Yeah.
And I was flying through the entire month and I was go, 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 go. And I was obviously excited, right? I'm doing
Yeah.
business, making some money, feeling good.
Yeah.
And then once those clients were closed, I felt like my pipeline was like cut in half,
Yeah.
right? And maybe I had like a top 5, but they weren't ready to go yet. And I still had to work on them to get them there, right? And I did have a burnout. And it is so easy to just sort of tell yourself, well, that's because I worked my ass off all month
Yeah.
and I just like helped 8 people.
Yeah.
And naturally, yes, like you still work a lot. But when you spin it the other way, it's like, yeah, I probably actually felt burnt out because I'd closed all of my
Yeah,
clients
sure.
and now I don't have any anymore. And
Yeah.
subconsciously, I'm thinking, well, what the fuck do I do now?
Yeah.
And now I have to like do XYZ a million times over
Totally.
to convert like new people.
Yeah.
And, you know,
All that
that's the
work.
shitty part of the
Yeah,
job a lot of the times,
totally.
right? So
It's
now
not very understanding, man. I gotta do all the shitty work,
yeah.
the grind work to get that top 10 list filled again.
Yeah.
That's the part that
It's
is
exhausting
yeah.
thinking about, right? And you're like, I'm just gonna fucking lay in bed for 2
Yeah.
days.
So if I had a graph, I'd probably draw a triangle right now. But it's true, man. You're like this in November, just
Yeah.
killing it. Drinks should have been on you all month for the team, but they weren't. Making good money. And then then slide back down.
Yeah.
That's where that burnout, I don't want to say depression, but like that depressed feeling, the tiredness is just like, okay, that was a great month. But people like you like to just keep going,
Yeah.
right? Where some people are like, oh yeah, I'll take 2 months off now.
Yeah.
And then they'll feel the burnt when they come back. But it was just like, yeah, so I get it. It was a really cool way he laid that out. I loved it. Yeah. Well, I feel like we've almost outdone ourselves.
We always could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Closing it off.
If you haven't checked out Real Estate Spring Break in Utah,
Yes.
I would consider
Check it out.
go check it out.
It will be in March 2026.
Yep. And it'll change your life.
Yeah, you need to do that.
Change your life.
We get no profit share from this
We don't.
conference either.
No, we
Let's just put that out.
Yeah.
And the closing addict does not get any profit share either.
Absolutely not.
The closing addict actually is in debt at this point. But it will be something. I don't know yet, but it will be. Anyways, yeah, spring break, March 2026. Check it out. Till next time.
Till next time.